All right, so we came out to check on our plants today, and I don't know if you can tell, but a lot of the things have been blown over. The wind was just crazy. I've been picking up things and just trying to stand things back upright, but we had several trees actually to get blown out of the ground because the wind was so hard, and then some of them were almost blown out of their pot, believe it or not. And as you can see, there are pots laying around. There is some of the things are, looking a little bit puked because when you move plants, they'll go through some stress, and you really don't ever know kind of what type or what severity that stress will be. This one right here, this stick tree right here, that's my Santa Rosa plum, and it's not bouncing right now. It's not dead. I'm just gonna go through and do a bunch of trimming to it. So all of these little bitty stems, little bitty branches right here, I'm gonna go through and just trim all of that up and leave the larger, longer branches and let it just kind of recover. It's trying to do a little bit of something, a little bit of comeback, but that has been one of my more sensitive plum trees. It has been one of the more sensitive ones, and so we'll do what we do with that one. So here is Eco Neighbor's bucket is out here. It also went through a little something, but it's actually doing pretty well still. A couple of the collard plants kind of died off on it. However, that one is just going on about its business and being great. And here are some of my herbs right here. And this one is the oregano, and it just has taken over this entire container. So there's some garden sage still left down in here. This is plantain herb, and so it's doing well. It needs to be repotted because it is just way too much for that pot right now. All right, and so here is my fuyu. Y'all see my fuyu? My fuyu is looking good. Like, it has never looked this good. So it's like the change for the fuyu has been all positive. It is really looking great. Let's see, what is this? This is also looking fantastic. Here is my air layer from my tangerine. That is looking so good. It has a lot of new growth on it, so we're excited about that. My Valencia orange is looking good. Didn't take really any issue with the transition. Here is my Eureka, and as you can see, the wind blew a lot of this stuff over, and so that's why it's just leaning all over the place. I have a new, a nectarine back there. I have plum trees that I got just recently before we sold the home. This is my Centennial Variegated Kumquat, and it is still doing well. Y'all check this out though. This right here is my chocolate mint. So I made tea with this before. I did the sun tea challenge, and I never uploaded the video, but I wanted to show y'all this chocolate mint. It is incredible. The smell, like when you touch it, the smell that comes off of it is just amazing. So I still did a bunch of cuttings. I am still propagating something. So that is one of the elderberry trees that I actually cut down to about maybe 15 inches. That tree was a good 6-7 feet tall. And so I just cut it down, did a bunch of cuttings on it, and that's the way that it's coming back. So it's doing fantastic. Fantabulous. It is doing fantabulous. Here is one of the most recent trees that I bought. And this is the golden sweet cherry tree. I have a Stella around here somewhere in the madness. But that's one of the trees that I bought just recently. Can y'all believe that I got that big old tree for 20 bucks at our local flea market? So there's a lady out there. I got the Stella for 20. I got the golden sweet cherry for 20. These smaller ones, what is this? This is a black cherry, I think. Nope, this is an amber plum. These were only like $8. They were only $8. The early gold apricot. I finally got an apricot. So that one is budding. It's putting out leaves. It's doing well. I got cuttings all over the place out here. So as you can see right there, the wind blew that tree over. I think this is one of my pear trees, I believe that is. I'm gonna have to get back over there and put a bunch of soil and maybe stake it up. So here are a bunch of my cuttings. If you saw my video where I did the hashtag propagate something, this is a part of what I was propagating. I was recently able to, and I'm not even supposed to be buying trees now, but Eco Neighbor was with me at the time, so I didn't have to hide or anything. He went ahead and just bought the tree. So this is a red navel orange right here. And look at it. It's just a beauty. And it's just a beauty. So that was a pretty good find. We were driving by a nursery and we were able to find that one. Let's see what this one is. That's a gold plum right there. And I actually need to take the ties off. The ties are actually still on here. So I'm gonna have to cut those loose and let that plum go ahead and be great and get it repotted into a larger space so that it can do its thing. But look at here. We repotted these. This is my grapefruit. And as you can see, it just needs to be trimmed up and then just let it come back and be great. And I also have to get that air layer off, so I'll have my second grapefruit. So here is my lemon. This is my Meyer lemon right here. And as you can see, even though it lost its leaves, it's still budding. It's still trying to survive. So a lot of times these plants are more hardy than we give them credit for. So you know, don't be afraid if they start to show signs of stress, such as losing their leaves and some of the places turning, you know, pretty dark and looking some type of way. You know, just give them, feed them well, feed them very well, like their life depends on, you know, you being the only one to give them food. So feed them well, which I'll be doing very shortly. Gonna feed that. All right, so back here are more cuttings. And I have a couple of nut trees that I just bought. So the one in the middle right here and the taller container, that is actually a pecan tree. So I was glad to find that. It was like the last one that Tractor Supply had, and it was originally $39.99, and I think I got like 15% off. So I'm always grateful for any percentage off. And so here is the Florida Queen. I also, since I had the Florida Queen, I had to definitely buy the Florida King. He is sitting around here somewhere. I'm not sure quite where he is because there's so much stuff out here. Oh, here's my Stella. Look at that. Look at the flowers. My Stella wants to survive. She wants to do well. Beautiful flowers. So that's my Stella cherry. I paid $20 for this tree. And here are more of my cuttings, my elderberry cuttings. I had, at the last count, I think I had like, oh my gosh, it was a lot of them. There was a lot of elderberry cuttings. So let's go around. All right, so this is my tangerine. Y'all remember how luscious and beautiful she was? So we had to cut her very hard in order to get her out of the ground. And so we ended up having to cut the roots as well, because look at the bark. Like, that thing is humongous. It is humongous. So we're just going to trim her up really well and just keep all of the big branches, allow her to come back and be great for us again in the future. But we put it in this water over here, this stinky nasty rainwater that has just been sitting here, with some more plants down there, some elderberries down there surviving. And then what is this one? Let's see. That's my kefir pear. So that other one over there that I said that I thought was a pear, it's a hood pear. So this is the kefir over here. And so we're letting the roots soak up a little of that water as well for that. So basically, we're just going to have to go through here, and we're going to have to stake up things again. Oh, and let me show you. We had harvested and dried some of the onions out of my grow bucket from the grow off. And we had chopped down all of these red mustards, and they are back. They're back, still growing. So that is my bucket. And so we just have a lot of stuff, a lot of work that we've got to do in order to keep them alive. And, you know, our friend is so kind to allow us to just sit these here. So we're just very happy. We're very, very happy. We are very, very happy that, you know, the most of the plants are doing very well. So we're just going to go back through and stake everything up. And then hopefully when the next storm comes, they will already be pretty strong and not falling over and all of that stuff again. So yeah, that's an update, guys. Just wanted to let you guys know that we are still growing. These are the blue irises that came from AJ's Green Thumb LLC. So yeah, they are doing well, and I'm going to be able to separate those. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff up in here. So we still have some collards. We still have, look at my mullein. I bought that little bitty tiny mullein plant. Thanks to my local friend, Lisa Williams. Oh, and here's my apple tree. I missed it. My apple tree it's doing all right. It's coming on back. So yeah, that's kind of an update on most of the things that we have out here. And I'm not gonna make any promises that I'm not gonna buy more stuff. I still have some other things over there on the ATV. they're just kind of hanging out. But yeah, this is kind of where we are as we are in transition. And you know, we can take some of the things, I think we will take some of the things to the RV park, you know, some of the prettier plants, and just kind of let them sit there and keep us company while we are just going through this transition. So thanks guys for watching, and I hope this answered some questions about, you know, how things are going with the plants. So I will talk to you guys again on the next video. Take care.
I wonder what was in